Hello guys, and welcome to a new vlog. Today we're doing something completely different. We're showing you another side of Zimbabwe that we haven't shown you before. We are out in Harare with Henry. Henry is from the Eat Out movement, and he's going to be taking us around and showing us different aspects of Harare that we haven't seen before or experienced. So come along with us. It's going to be an interesting journey.
What's your name and how old are you and what's your situation?
Alright. So, tonight's country. I'm 16 years old. 16 years? Yes, 16.
Wow, 16.
Yes.
And Tanatwa is blind?
Yes, I'm blind.
Okay.
Yes.
He used to see, but now he doesn't see.
Okay. So what happened? How did you stop seeing?
It was what? A growth.
Yeah.
He said he developed a growth in his head.
I see. Okay.
It affected his eyesight.
Okay.
Yes.
So your friends look after you here?
Yeah, his friends, these are his friends.
Yeah, my
they stay together. This is where they see.
They look after you well?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So yeah, he's a good friend of ours, and we are hoping that maybe we can get somebody to help him with an operation. Yes. So that at least they said it's possible that he can see again.
Oh, wow.
So they have to remove that growth in his head, then he'll be able to see. Oh, that would be
wow.
such a lovely young boy. He's like my brother.
Really?
Yeah.
It's good that you've got a good relationship with him.
So
I enjoyed meeting Tanatwa. He was a very nice boy and he asked us to come again soon. So now we're going to meet someone very special. Come along with us.
Next, the Eat Out movement took us to see sekuru. In Shona, sekuru means grandpa, and grandpa has been living in these terrible conditions for the past 4 years. Not only is grandpa homeless, he's also blind. And I think that the saddest thing about this story is that his blindness is easily reversible because he has cataracts, and a simple operation can make the world of difference to him. Henry from the Eat Out movement has diligently been working hard to see if he can get Sekuru the help that he needs, either with an operation or a home. I want to take this opportunity to say thank you to Henry for all the hard work that he does. He is truly an earth angel. Henry has acquired some land with the vision of building some homes for some of these homeless people, because it is truly up to us as individuals to do everything that we can instead of waiting for the government to make the difference. And this is why we're out with the children, to show them and empower them that they can be the change that they want to see in the world. So you were saying?
So this is where a lot of the homeless guys will sleep. Henry was telling us.
Yeah. And you're saying that this is all your blankets?
Yeah, these are the blankets and clothes. These are the wardrobe, so to say.
The wardrobe, I like that word.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
It's quite a very unpleasant situation.
I bet.
I bet it is.
It's
Very sad, yeah.
my family. This is my family.
Yes, a
I
family,
can't run
exactly.
away from my family,
No, you can't.
even though things are
hard.
Yeah, but
Still
there's
come and
always
help.
good time for everything.
Yes. Oh, wow. You're an artist, okay.
But things went bad for me.
Yep.
Yeah. Then I had to find myself back home here.
Yes.
That's where I go home.
Yeah.
So I struggle to make ends meet. Work.
Yes,
Good.
you work here as
I
well.
even watch cars. I look up the cars. Yes.
Good.
And yeah, so there are so many things to do.
Yes.
Good things.
Good things, yes,
Yes.
for sure. For sure.
But
For sure.
This the art that we're talking about.
Oh, this is your art.
This is the art that we're doing.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Handmade postcards.
Uh-huh.
And even,
Wow, handmade.
yes, handmade.
Yes.
Yeah, this white. Yeah, this handmade paper also.
Uh-huh. And so you sell these on the street,
We
or?
sell this on the streets. But you know, art industry is
Ah, yes.
Law.
Yes. This is Africa. Art industry needs support. You know.
designs, an elephant, a rhino.
Wow, you're very good.
Hippo.
Yes, yes, yes.
And also a yawning hippo. That's warthog.
Uh-huh.
Yes, they come in various designs.
Of course, yes.
Yes.
That's good. At
Oh,
least you're
wow.
trying to do
Exactly.
things the right way.
Right.
Exactly. I like.
Yeah, you're doing it the right way. You're using artistic skill.
Uh-huh.
Put your muscle into it, Javi.
Smile.
You have to smile while you're struggling.
It makes the salsa taste nicer if you smile.
You put love in it. Put love and
Well, this is hard. I don't know how you're doing it.
I know.
Right? If you're tired enough.
Come on, Javi. You can do it yourself. You don't need the man to help you. Oh, they're doing it.
Wow.
2 kids.
Yeah, it's very hot.
I have to go back to the table.
They go karate, so they're strong. Whilst they were having fun in the kitchen, I took this opportunity to have a few words with Henry and for him to tell us more about this project. So, Henry, over to you. So, Henry, when did the Eat Out movement start?
We started in 2017. Yeah. Well, I had become homeless in 2016, and that really led me to want to do something about it, and that's when I started Eat Out movement in 2017. Yes.
Okay. And is the Eat Out movement, is that a registered charity or is it just a thing that you're doing on the side?
No, we are actually a registered charity.
Okay.
We are a registered trust.
Okay. And when did you get registered?
We initially registered in 2018, and we had to re-register again in 2020.
Okay.
Yes.
And in that time, how many people do you think you fed and helped?
Wow. I don't know the actual numbers by head, but I know we've fed over 17,000 people. And with just the soup kitchen, we've done over 60,000 meals. So I wish we could. We only do on Saturdays. I wish we can do, on a day-to-day basis, though.
Okay. And the food that you feed people here with, where do you get that food from?
We used to get a lot of support from companies, from corporates, but since the COVID, the donations have gone down.
Okay.
So we mostly get from individuals, church members from our partner church, and just the general people that see our call outs for support on our social media pages.
And what are your social media pages called?
Eat Out Movement on Facebook, Eat Out Movement on Twitter, Eat Out Movement on Instagram.
Okay. And from your knowledge, how many people do you think are homeless in Zimbabwe?
According to Habitat for Humanity, in their 2016 survey, they found out that we've got about 1.2 million people that are homeless in Zimbabwe.
And in Harare?
We actually do not know, but Harare is like the hot spot for homelessness because most people come, it's the capital city, so most people come here looking for better opportunities and they end up in the streets.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what do you think is the main contributor of homelessness here?
Well, homelessness in Zim, it's a very difficult thing or a difficult problem to really ascertain. But we have, from the people that we interact with, there is the issue of unemployment, there is the issue of mental health, drug and substance abuse, dysfunctional families, where maybe a parent dies or both parents dies, then the kids end up running away from home. And there's also an issue about peer pressure, kids influencing each other, they end up in the streets. And climate change is now becoming an issue because droughts, people end up leaving their rural areas, coming to look for better opportunities here, and they end up homeless. Also, there's also an issue of when there's political instability. Also, people end up running away because of whether it's violence or whatever it is. Then they end up leaving their areas, end up homeless here in the cities or in other smaller towns. So.
You mentioned that you were homeless at one point.
Yeah.
What led you to becoming homeless?
I think it was just, as a young man, we make mistakes. I made mistakes. I quit my job thinking that I was going to start a business, which then didn't work, and I couldn't go back to my job. And you'll be thinking that something will come up, and then one day leads into a month, and a couple of months you're still in the streets. So it was just a bad decision that I made to quit my job before I was ready to to start my company, and I ended up in the streets. Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. And then what lifted you out of that situation?
Well, I found a friend. I met a friend, and he became my mentor, and he was always there for me, encouraging me for me to look beyond the situation I was in. And I actually thank God that I also didn't do drugs and alcohol at that time. So I maintained a sober mind, even though mentally it does affect you quite a lot. So that encouragement and support from that guy and a few friends that I ended up having in the streets really inspired me and encouraged me to get out of the situation.
Okay. And so what would you say to people if they saw someone maybe begging on the streets, sleeping on the streets, or whatever situation they're in, people passing by, what would you say to them?
I would like to encourage people to spare some moment and talk to the person and ask about their situation, rather than just assuming that maybe somebody is a failure or a criminal. Talk to the person, ask their story, understand where they're coming from, what led them to be where they are, and just offer a word of encouragement, some kind words to that someone. And if you can, if you've got some food to give, please do give, because most of these guys are always hungry. Yeah.
And I know that some people would think that perhaps homeless people are maybe violent, and that's the reason why they'll be afraid to approach someone. What would you say to that?
Well, I wouldn't say they're not, but I also wouldn't say all of them are violent. I've been working with guys that are in the streets, homeless people, for almost about 6 years now. I've never been attacked. Right. I've worked with my team for over almost about 6 years. We've never been attacked. We go out in the streets. I mean, we were with you. You saw where we go.
Yes.
We meet like the drunkards of them. But they never attack us, because we show them respect and they respect us. But not to say that some of them don't commit crimes or they are violent or something like that. They are, unfortunately, even in our normal society, you get violent people.
Yes.
At home,
yeah.
At work, you get that. So yeah.
And in the case of Sekuru, who we saw earlier on today, what is the situation there, and how can people help if they can or want to?
Sekuru, he says it's I always find it a bit funny. He says he's older than our former president, Robert Mugabe.
Wow.
Which means he should be in his 96, 7, 8. Sekuru is blind.
Okay.
And his biggest wish right now is to be able to get an operation so that he can see. I think he has developed some cataracts. So if you can help maybe towards that kind of surgery, that would be good. He also needs some food. I mean, you saw where he's staying there. He needs some food. He needs warm clothes, blankets, and he has said that if he can get his eyes operated, he would love to go back home. He's originally from Malawi, but he says he's got a family in Bari.
Okay.
In Bari. So we are still trying to trace their family. Yeah. But so anything that you can feel that Sekuru would make use of, clothes, shoes. He wears size 8, and yeah, definitely to get him to be operated.
Okay. So in the case of Sekuru, why isn't he being helped? Is there no care homes? I know that a lot of people be asking for those types of questions.
Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of information on who has tried to help him before. I know normally if government people are told, they usually come and assess and check the status. If he is like above 18 or if he's an elderly, they can recommend or they can take him to an old people's home.
So you mentioned to him that there was someone who's going to come and see him this afternoon.
Yeah.
So have you arranged some medical people to come and see him today?
So what we did is we reached out to an organization called Help Age UK.
Okay.
Then they referred us back to their office here in Zimbabwe. They've got a national office here called Help Age Zimbabwe. And then they want to come and assess today to see if they will be able to assist him with that operation. So we are quite excited, and it's hard to always live with such a case in your heart. When you know that somebody really needs help and you can't find it. So now we're really excited that they are coming through today.
What I would say to you, Henry, I think you are really trying your best. And it's very commendable, because I know that, like you're saying, sometimes when you're walking away from a situation and it feels like you haven't done anything, but I'm sure God, the divine, whatever you want to call the higher powers, they're seeing your efforts, and I'm sure that people will reach out and try to help as much as they can. And for anyone who's watching this video, if you can help, obviously would really, really appreciate that. And Henry, how can people help?
Well, they can contact us through our social media, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, and we will place the banking details below. And they can help us through that.
So here in Zimbabwe, the main issue we're finding is that it's difficult because of PayPal and organizations like that. They don't operate in Zimbabwe. So like Henry said, the best place to help is to help through the bank, which I'll link in the description box below, as well as, do you have a website?
Yes.
As well as website, email addresses, whatever it is that you feel is the right way for you to communicate with Henry. He'll communicate with you. He's a wonderful person, and whatever, guys, you can do, would really, really appreciate it, because we're out here trying to show you all sides of Zimbabwe, and this is one side that is not really shown enough. And so we really want to give the spotlight to the homelessness and other issues that are here. So before we go, is there any last words you'd like to say?
Well, I would like to say we are excited because we have recently gotten a piece of land in rural Murewa, and we want to set up a rehabilitation center for the homeless. Most probably it will be the first of its kind in Zimbabwe. So what we are looking at is rehabilitation, housing them, skills development and enterprise development, and we then reintegrate them back into society as able people who are able to look after themselves and with dignity and respect. So we are quite excited about that project. It's quite a huge project, so we need support, whether it's building materials, expertise, just volunteers to come and assist physically at the hub. And right now we're looking for architects that are able to help us to design the place. And if you are one of those that are watching right now, please contact us. We really need your support.
So again, guys, if there is anything that you can do, we really would appreciate it, because here in Zimbabwe, you are making a huge difference. Okay. What type of virus is that?
It's food cancer.
Oh, it's food cancer. So when you're wearing shoes, doesn't that help?
I can't help because nothing else I can wear. See? There's nothing else I can wear.
And are the painkillers helping?
Yes, I have.
You still have the painkillers?
The other ones are finished. Those are the ones that are keeping me going. These are the ones that are most important to me. These paracetamol,
they just take the, they just ease the pain a little.
But these ones, these are the ones I need most.
Right.
And, they're finished right now.
I can't even see the name anymore.
That's what keeps me going.
And how long?
What's happening on my back?
You got more like this?
Pardon?
On your back?
No, my spinal cord.
That's where it hurts the most.
Okay. And your legs?
And my foot. But it's drying, and that side is also dried up here. But I get those blisters.
Yes.
They started.
Yes.
Can you see?
Yes.
They started.
I can see.
Because of the shoes I'm wearing.
Yes.
Yeah. Yesterday somebody gave me this pair of shoes.
They're nice shoes, huh? They're not, but they rub.
Yeah, they rub.
They rub.
They rub.
And how long have you had your leg like this?
It's been going on and on. Each time, especially when the sun is hot.
Ah, I see.
Summertime.
Yes. It gets worse then.
It gets mostly worse. And now this is like a disease to me, it's a curse. Because it seems to be, it crawls up my leg.
Okay.
Can you see all this side? It's different from this side.
Yes.
It's chewing me up. And I'm scared that it's coming up.
No.
They're gonna cut my leg off.
No, they won't. You have to think positive. You have to.
It's rotten there.
Yes.
And I don't know how rotten it is.
Yes. So are you staying where we went to see you today when you're not there?
Yes, ma'am.
You live there?
Yes, ma'am.